This video tutorial is about finding good sources for researching topics, ideas or issues. You have to be careful when researching and not believe everything that's on the internet. That means you have to evaluate your source of information to see if it is credible. If it's credible, it is believable and convincing. So what makes a convincing, reliable source? Well, if you're researching using the internet, you should look carefully at who is producing the information. Look for government websites, for example, institutional sites, and reputable news sources. Steer clear of any websites with spelling mistakes or ones where anyone can post up statistics. Note, debate.org is not a good source. Anyone can post on the site, so the statistics on it are not reliable and they're not objective. It is not a credible source. Here are some examples of some credible sources. In this particular source, we're looking at obesity, and we're looking at a Scottish government source. We can see that from the URL gov.scot. So here we've got the statistics, and the date is up to and including the year 2015. So therefore it's up to date and relevant information. It's a good source. The second source is from an organisation called ASH, which is concerned with smoking and smokers. And the date for statistics here is June 2016. Again, it's relevant, it's up to date, and it is a good source for those that are researching smoking and smoking patterns. And finally, here's an example from the Scotsman. You can look at the URL and you can see scotsman.com. And this particular publication was from January 2017, in which experts, such as the principal researcher and PhD student on the project, are looking at whether Robert Burns was or was not bipolar. It's a useful source. The next thing to consider is whether the source could be biased. If something is biased, it means that it is slanted towards a particular point of view and is likely to want to persuade you, the reader, to share that point of view. The information presented will not be balanced and objective. It may miss out key points or explain facts or statistics in a certain way. You have to be a critical reader and evaluate the source by asking these questions. Who produced the information? What is the purpose of the information? Is the information trying to persuade people? And does the information give just one point of view? Asking these questions will help you work out whether the source is biased. You also have to consider how old the information is and find out whether it's still relevant to you. Is it out of date? Does the information match the context of your argument? That means, are you finding information that matches the background of your topic? For example, if you're researching a UK issue, you should be finding UK statistics for that issue. Likewise, if you're looking at something with a Scottish background, you should be looking for Scottish statistics. You may contrast your findings with information from other contexts, but do so knowingly. Don't muddle up or confuse your context. Beware of blogs. They're useful for gathering examples of opinion, but any facts in blogs should be double-checked against a credible source. You need to keep careful notes about all the sources you use when researching a topic, as these must be put into your bibliography or references section at the end of your assignment. There are specific ways of doing this, specific conventions to follow, which are explored in another video tutorial. For now, make sure you've noted these facts for each source. For websites, you need to note down URLs and also the date that you accessed them. For books, you need to note down the author, title, publisher, date and place of publication. There is an Explain Everything on bibliographies if you're interested in this. For news and magazine articles, note the title of the article, the writer, the publication and also the date of publication. Here's a list of some of the words used in this video along with their meanings. It's important to learn meanings of words as these are the keys to understanding and therefore to knowledge. The first one, biased, means to influence something in an unfair way. Bibliography is a list of all the sources you've used. Often this can be called references instead. If something is credible, it is believable. An institution is an organization with a social, political, religious, or educational purpose. If something is reputable, it has a good reputation, suggesting it could be trusted. If you're cautious, it means that you are careful. And if something is obsolete, it means it's no longer produced or used, or that it's out of date.